Good morning, farmhouse friends. It's Kim. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live at my place and hopefully at your place. Unless you're maybe standing in the grocery line or you're out running your errands or whatever you're doing, wherever you're watching me from, in the car, on the phone, as long as you're not driving, cool. We're here to make a cute little project today, and I'm just going to do a little bit of the housekeeping I need to do to get everything set up. So I'll get my phone set here so I can see your comments and I don't have to worry about what's going on the other side. There we go. I'm alive. Look, I love this. This cracks me up. Doesn't take much to amuse me. So pop up there, Kim. There we go. Sound off on there so I don't hear myself talking because that's confusing. And then over here, 1 second, I'm just going to pop a comment in there because this stuff that we're going to be using today is amazing and you are going to want to get some. So I'm just going to leave you a link. It's my affiliate link. If you would be so kind as to use it when you shop at Amazon, I would love you forever. Honestly, forever. That's a long time. So I'm just going to drop that there. I'll come back later and do all the paperwork I have to do on that to make it legal and make it nice and, but this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making a Christmas pillow. There we go. A Christmas pillow, and it's a no-sew Christmas pillow. So, you could sew, and we're going to use a placemat from the Dollar Tree. And I don't know if you'll find these or not. I found these about a week ago, and I grabbed all the ones I could. There was only 6 at my Dollar Tree, but I grabbed them all. So sorry, folks. But you may have them at your Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna cut this off. Now you need a specific type of placemat for this kind of thing. So I have bought placemats that don't work, but this one will because it's not bonded together, the front and the back. It's not really bonded together. So I have taken my little stitch ripper. If you are a sewer, I'm going to take these off for now. If you are a sewer, seamstress, whatever you call that, you can rip out the stitches on one side, which I've started over here, and make yourself a little hole, okay? Which is what I'm in the process of doing right now. Just along the edge, so that you can open it up. See how it opens up? That's exactly what we want, so that you can stuff this later and turn it into a fabulous little pillow for your Christmas tree or your Christmas decor or a gift for a friend, or maybe you're not going to make it Christmas. Maybe you'll make it something else. All right, so this I need my glasses for, so on, off. So I got my new glasses. You like it? I like them. The light in the background drives me a little crazy, but that's just how it goes. There's no way to get rid of that, I don't think, and still look like a human being. And trust me, you need lighting when you're on a camera like this. And you're my age. Look, I'm having a good brow day too. See, when you're over a certain age, a good brow day might beat a good hair day. So, here we go. There we go. All right, so it opens like that, and you're just gonna wanna, it's slightly ironed together, you just pull it apart. Get your hand in there. This is where we take advantage of. All right, so that's the base for your pillow, okay? That's where we're gonna start. But the actual decorations we're gonna put on it, we're gonna be using something called Heat and Bond, which is what I dropped you the link for. And I gave you the link. That's the US link. I will put the Canadian one in after the show so that you can go get your own and just, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but, well, first of all, I'll talk about what this is. Heat and Bond is a no-sew adhesive, okay? And it comes, in this case, comes on a roll, and it comes with this, oh, it feels rough, okay? Oh, I got a low network connection. And this side is smooth paper, okay? So you want, the rough side is going to be against your fabric. Anyway, Heat and Bond, I'll read you what it says here, and then You can decide for yourself. It's ultra hold heat and bond. There's different strengths, but this one is super strong. Okay, this is what I like. It says here, before working with your heat and bond, always pre-wash your clothing. So you can put this on clothing. It's great for patches and things like that, especially custom made ones you might want to make. You'll see how. Preheat your iron to your silk setting. Who owns an iron? Who actually uses it besides crafting? Not me. I steam everything, but I have an iron and I keep it just for crafting. What about you? Do you have an iron? Because you're going to need it for this project. If not, I'm pretty sure you can borrow one from your mom or your friend. Somebody will have one hiding in their closet somewhere. So you're going to dry iron this, no steam. And then we're going to put it on our material. We're going to bond it to our material. Then we're going to peel the paper back off and bond it to our other material. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. And then it has all the washing instructions. You can delicate wash, tumble dry on delicate cycle, don't dry clean. Right. Who's going to dry clean a pillow? Well, maybe somebody will. I'm not that girl. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm going to throw it in the washer, or I'm not going to bother buying it. Okay. So this is ultra hold. It's for crafts, home decor, apparel, and it's made by Thermoweb Heat and Bond. It is good stuff. Now, here's the thing I wanted to confess. I will let you know I have had this heat and bond for a while, okay? And I got it together today and for this project, knowing what I was going to do, and I thought, I want them to know that if they buy it, it's going to last them a while. So I grabbed the envelope it came in, because I kept it, and I just store it like this. So I would just, when I'm done with that, I just wrap that around. You don't need all that much of the plastic, but I do. And I just store it in the envelope it came in when it was shipped to me. But I want to show you this right there. This was shipped to me, I don't know if you can see that, in 2007. That's a long time ago, and it still works, and it still works well, okay? So, I'm going to put some heat and bond on this burlap. I already have some on some, I've already put it on some, I've used towels from IKEA, okay? I have used some of the fabric Christmas ribbon I have. I have used some of the buffalo check plaid. So you can see it's got the paper on the back there. It's just like that. Buffalo check plaid, okay? Hey Manon, something happened. Did it glitch? You can watch the replay later, but I'm using heat and bond. Let me get that out. I'm gonna just keep this here. I dropped the link for it there, but this is the stuff I'm using, what's in the link. And this is called Thermoweb Heat and Bond, okay? That's this stuff. It's got a smooth paper side, like a waxy paper, and a rough kind of, that's the adhesive side, okay? So we're gonna put the adhesive side up. And yeah, I don't know what's happening with the internet, but you know what? They're working in my neighborhood, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're messing around with my connection on Saturday morning. What's up with that? All right, so then you put your material on top, or you can do it this way, that's fine. I have parchment paper down here because this is glue when it's heated up, okay? So if you don't have parchment paper down, it's gonna get onto your iron or onto your fabric underneath, okay? So I have put parchment paper down, and I'm only gonna work on the parchment paper. So I'm gonna snip this off. Save these little bits, they're great. Don't throw them away, they last forever. Like I say, I've had mine since 2007. 2007, that's like 12 years ago. 12 years I've had this stuff, okay? I mean, I don't recommend to keep it that long, but hey, if you do. So I'm gonna put another piece on top, just again, to protect my iron, because this becomes glue, and you just set it on there, and we're just gonna heat it. And it's gonna bond to the material. That's the rough side down against the material, okay? And I'm only doing this to protect my iron from any glue that might be along the edge here that I didn't quite cut perfectly. And I find it's easier to do it this way because then you can trim this up the way you want it exactly and then glue, put it on the way you want. Whereas if you're trying to trim the heat and bond and the fabric the same shape and all that, it can be a pain, okay? And I've never done it on burlap before, so I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work, but I am all about giving it a try, especially so you guys can benefit from my mistakes, knowledge, attempts, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna pop that to the side, and you can see now I have the fabric, okay? Now it's a little stiffer, and it's got this paper stuck to the back. See where that edge was? If I didn't have this down, that would be glued to my iron, or that would be glued to my tablecloth. We don't want that, okay? All right, so, there we go. So now you can see it's got the paper on the one side, and it's glued to that fabric, and it is pretty permanent, okay? So I'm going to now pop on over, and I've made a couple of templates, and I'm going to just make some simple little Christmas trees. I think I'm going to use the buffalo plaid and the burlap on my pillow, okay? So what I'm going to do is I've cut a couple of these. So you can cut them whatever size you like. Measure up your pillow, let's say. I just made them out of little cardstock trees. Pretty simple triangles, like that. Yeah. You could do it like that, like that. You can cut them like this. This is actually one from the Dollar Tree. It's a little wooden one. You could trace around that and use that. It all depends on how much cutting you want to actually do, okay? If you don't want to do a lot of cutting, then go with something like this. I kind of like these. I think they're pretty simple, and so I'm going to go with 3 of these. I'm going to make 2 of the smaller ones and 1 of the bigger one. The bigger one's going to be buffalo check. The 2 smaller ones are going to be the burlap. So we're going to give her a go. So I'm going to just, where did I put it now? Hey guys. Oh! Squirrels! Sorry. Yeah, that's just how I roll, okay? Yes, it really truly is that way in my life. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just going to trace it out. I think I'm gonna do it on the paper side. See the paper there? I'm just gonna figure out where I want that. I think I want the black, and you can see through it. You can see the pattern through the paper, so that's useful, okay? So I'm just gonna use this as my guide. And I think I want it right there for my big one. So I'm just going to take a pen. Honestly, now I would probably just freehand this in my real life, but since I'm, being the teacher here, I'll show you can do it this way. All right. So you can trace pretty much anything you want, which was what makes these into great custom patches for your kids' clothes, because you can get whatever fabric you like that they love. You can iron this onto that fabric, and then you can trace out whatever designs you think they would like on their clothes. And then we're just going to cut that out. And it cuts really nice and easily. Save this again, because you can use that for other things, okay? Cuts beautifully because that paper makes it almost like an interfacing, if you've ever done an interfacing. If you haven't, no worries. It's just a little more papery. So I want to trim that just a teeny bit so it's a little more. All right, tree number 1, simple. You can get as complicated as you want, okay? But I am going with simple and easy, and I like the farmhouse sort of primitive, rustic, just a little easy vibe. So that's gonna probably go there on my, and then I'm gonna have 2 smaller trees like this size. And a good little tip is the smaller one should be about 2/3 of the size of the bigger one, and that's visually appealing to our eyes for some reason, okay? So I'm gonna just take these and trim cut them out. Oh, make sure I'm on the all the way on there. And like I say, in real life, I'm probably just gonna freehand this. Oh, we got 7 people on. Now I'm, to save space, look at that, and time, I'm just gonna do this. So that I cut that one line once, save lots of this burlap. Don't need that anymore. Over there. So. And like I say, I have not used the burlap before, so it's all new to me. Hey Wendy, how are you? I'm glad you made it. We are making a pillow, a no-sew pillow. Oh, look at the lighting. A no-sew pillow on what's a Dollar Tree placemat that we have. Where are we? We have opened up. Okay. And we're going to stuff this after. But right now we're using heat and bond, which is what that link is for. And we're going to glue, essentially, heat and bond these things onto my pillow. It's very simple, very rustic. You can get as complicated as you want. You're going to love it. It's so, I mean, my favorite kind of project. So stinking easy. All right. Like, I don't know why, but when I cut like this with paper and I cut out the cardstock, I feel like a little kid. Right? I just, I feel like, oh yeah, that's cool. So there's one little tree, and I'm going to cut the other little tree. See, I could have done this beforehand, but what fun is that, right? Yeah, so that little comment I posted there is to the exact stuff that I'm using, and I have admitted to the fact that mine is actually 12 years old, so you're going to see that it does last. So I'm going to go, I think I'm just going to go like that. Now I could, and I'm kind of debating, could I do those? Should I do that for like the base of the tree? See, I've already got it on there. You can see the paper on there. Or I could do this. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's cut it and see what we think. Okay? You guys are my, what do you think of that for the base of the tree? Let me turn this around so you can see. We don't even need a base. We could just go with the triangles. That would be perfectly fine. We could do this. Okay. Yes, no, anybody got an opinion? I'm kind of leaning to not having it right now. That's just me, just so I can keep it super simple for you guys, okay? But you realize you can put whatever you want on here. Like you could cut out a bunch of these things that you've heat and bonded. You can bond them to the tree and put little ornaments on there. Because you've got this open, you could actually sew on there. That's up to you too. But this is a no-sew tree, so you don't have to, okay? So I think I would have made a little bow, and I could put it up here, and you could sew it right in. Wow, the lighting's really bad. One of these days I'm going to get it right, I promise. All right, but for now, we're going to stick with the simple then, okay? So this is pretty much ready to go. So you have that paper on the back, right? That just needs to be peeled off to expose the glue. So now, like that, you can see it's shiny. That's the glue. It's all over this perfect little piece. And we're just gonna pop that right on there, like that. Figure out where you want it to be as far as center. A tip of the pillow is the bottom and the top part, because they're stuffed, they don't show as well. So keep it more in the center of your pillow, whether that's a square one or one like these. So I think I'm gonna put that under, like it's kind of in the background a little bit. And I'm gonna put this one under. And we're gonna do it all at once, okay? C'est simple, c'est simple. Right, Manon? How's that? That's my French. So, I'm just gonna go like this. So this wouldn't even necessarily have to go in after Christmas, okay? Yes, Manon, it is a game changer. You will love this stuff. So wait for me to post the Canadian link. I'll do it after the show. So you can order it off of Amazon too. It is well worth it. And like I say, that stuff lasts forever. So I'm gonna take my parchment paper now. You see, I placed it where I want it, okay? My iron is set. My trees are in their location. And the parchment paper is to protect the iron from the glue. So I'm just going to take it, and this is where the magic happens. Honestly, see, just nice and slow, okay? Just kind of, there's instructions on the, in the heat ultra bond, or the heat and bond paper too, so you will get the exactly what you need to do here. Oh, Heather says she's from the ICU. It doesn't mean she's in the ICU. Heather works in the ICU. The first time I was like, oh my God, she's watching me from a hospital bed. No, she works in the ICU, and I'm really thanks for tuning in, Heather. I appreciate that. That's hope I can be a little bit of a ray of sunshine in your day. So all right, I had an ICU nurse here, retired nurse. She worked in ICU for many years, painting with me last week. We did sleighs together. So she talked about how much she loved working in ICU. And I can't even imagine that, okay? So that's that, okay? So that is now on there permanently, okay? That's just, it's not going to come off. I mean, you can, once this is cooled down, you will be able to, there we go, you will be able to, if you wanted to, throw it through the wash. It's a decorative pillow. It's not likely it's actually going to get much dirt on it. However, now I need to grab stuffing. All right. I know. And I mean, you can get as crazy as you want with this, okay? You can decorate these little trees before. Oh, come back here, little pillow. You can decorate these little trees before and put little, like all kinds of fabric things on them. You can put this kind of stuff on your coat if you want to put like a, something special on your coat. Anything you need to sew, if you got it yourself, it keeps rolling away on me. An iron, anything like that, it's gonna be, it's perfect, okay? So you can hot glue this on, but first of all, you're gonna burn your fingers. This is so much easier and so much more permanent, okay? So I highly recommend this stuff. And I know it's gonna last. You could put little stars up here. So anything, any kind of fabric that you can iron, you can put this stuff on. And I've used it on lots of different things, okay? So now we're just gonna stuff the pillow. And I think what I'm gonna do is heat and bond it closed so we don't actually have to even sew that part. So I'm gonna cut myself another little piece here. And I'm going to do a couple of small pieces, and we're going to use that to close the pillow up. Very thin, okay? And this is going to make the seam on the inside. Because, we don't want to sew it all if we don't have to. So I'm just going to, remember, there's the rough side, and then there's the smooth side, okay? So I'm going to stuff this guy up with stuffing I have. Oh, hang on a second there. I need to glue this part down again. Like I say, I've never worked with the burlap. Hey Joe, how are you? We're using heat and bond to make no-sew pillows. Right here on an on a placemat from the Dollar Tree. So there we go. Okay, well, that's not wanting to stick there. I'm not sure what's going on there. This one does. Doesn't seem to like the burlap. So I'm going to pull that off. If it's not liking the burlap, I'm going to use something else. So we'll just do, so don't go with the burlap. Like I say, I'm happy to try this out so you can see what works and what doesn't. So I don't like it on the burlap. I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm going to clean that off a little bit. And I'm going to use more of these. Okay, so I'm just going to cut myself a couple of small trees. And I want this to be sort of centered. See? Don't you love it when things don't work out on Facebook Live? Because then you see what I have to do, how we rock and roll, right? Don't worry if you missed the beginning. The placemat is the placemat is the bomb. It's from the Dollar Tree, and there's one. He's a little too chubby, so I'm gonna not panic here. There we go. See what a difference just a little bit of cutting makes? There we go. There we go. I like that better. So that's going to be tree number 2. So I'm going to say don't recommend for the burlap, but I do recommend for thinner fabric. And it could very well be that mine is quite old now, but maybe, maybe not. But it works well on this regular fabric you get at the fabric store. Okay, so I'm still not quite happy with that. See, I could have tried this before, but I don't see the fun in that for you guys. I want you to see that not everything works the first time, and that's okay. There we go. I like that better. All right, so I want another tree that same size. And it's okay to try until you get it right, until you're happy with it, right? Like there's no point in making something you're not happy with. But there's also perfectionism, which can be a hard taskmaster. So there's sort of a balance between the both. There we go. Right? More trees. I know, Joe. I know. Wait till you see this. Joe's decorating at her house. She's my sister-in-law, so I know. With snowflakes and gnomes, and she's already got a Christmas tree outside on her front step. She's really putting me to shame here. All right, so we have the 2 backup trees. Voila, like so. So peel this off, all right? Cover that up. Try not to worry, right? It's a Christmas craft. It's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, we're not doing it right. So I want to tuck that under there. Let's see if I can get that in there. Oh well, c'est la vie. I'm gonna put that there. So you can put that one there. So I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to use, what should I do? I think we're just going to go with that. We'll stick with simple, right? Yeah, isn't that cool? All right, so parchment again, because we got fresh glue happening there. And press down, just like that, just like that. All right, and like I say, this is all about how much you want to put on there. Okay, if you want to decorate those little buffalo plaid trees more, if you want to put little stems on them, like trunks, tree trunks, if you want to put ornaments on them. Just give it a try, right? Why not? Why I love to craft is because it's fun, and it also, you get some great stuff for some great prices. How are we doing there? So, oh yeah. That material works way better. It's almost like it's bonded right into the fabric, okay? So, we know now the burlap is not the way to go. So, it's in the interest of not keeping you here forever, we're just gonna start stuffing this guy up, okay? With stuffing from another pillow that you might no longer have any use for. Don't forget to get into the corners there. Stuff that fabric in there. And this is, you can stuff it as much as you want. I've used this stuffing for gnomes. I've used it for other pillows. I use it for anything I need to stuff. Okay. So, you see how that's working out? Stuff it as much as you want, or as little. I like to overstuff my pillows. I just, it's my thing. But you'll see what I mean by the top and the bottom are not so easy to see, okay? This also works on the decorative stuff, like what they used to call rick-a-rack. There we go. And I'm going to attempt to seal it shut with the heat and bond. We'll see how that works out, right? We're in this together, guys. So see, we have it stuffed. Isn't that cute? Okay. Oh yeah, they'd make great Christmas socks, Joe. You're right. You're absolutely right. So get yourself to the Dollar Tree and grab the ones they do have. Their Christmas stuff is out now. You don't want to wait around because in a couple of weeks or even a month, you won't be able to get anything from Christmas stock from them. All right, so I've used up all the stuffing that was in that pillow. And just make sure it's stuffed the way you want it before you try and close it, okay? So we have the two ends here. I'm gonna put the parchment down again. Oh, there we go. Now this ought to be interesting. Okay, so I have these little strips and I'm just gonna try, I probably should have done this before I stuffed it actually, okay? Like I say, this is how we learn. I'm just going to take the tip of my iron and heat them up. Oh, why have I got steam going? I don't want steam. No steam there. It's not the end of the world, folks. It's just... All right, there's one bit. So far, so good. I'm gonna, can you see what I'm doing there? Gonna try and get that in there. And honestly, if I weren't doing this, I'd probably just whip upstairs and run it through my sewing machine if you sew. But if you don't, this is the way to go. Or you could glue gun it shut as well, okay? But then you're not gonna have anything that you can actually throw in the wash. Not that that's really a big deal. And just, I have to turn this so you can't see me, but I want to get it right to the end there. All right. So that's good. Now I'm going to pull that paper off and expose that glue. Now you have like a glue strip on the inside. Let's see, there we go. So essentially you now have glue. Get off me. All along here, okay? I'm gonna do it this way. because I don't want this to get on my iron, I'm going to do this like so, and then I'm going to cover it with that. Okay? That little bit right there. I'm going to look dangerously here. And like I said, if I was at all not here doing this in front of you, I would probably just run this upstairs, pop it through my sewing machine, or you can just hand stitch it, or you can, there we go. She done. She beautiful. All right, let me get this out of the way for the glamour shot, right? So, you know why I do this? Because at some point I'm going to want to post this as a picture. There we go. Like that and that. It's like modeling. So there we go, folks. So easy, so stinking cool. Use the heat and bond. Works really well with the thinner fabrics like the ginghams and things like that. So, and it may work better with the burlap if it's not quite as old as mine. Okay, but I will tell you, this is 12 years old and it's still working. So there you go. You got yourself a cute little Christmas pillow, or it could be just a regular decorative throw pillow for your farmhouse, which is kind of why I went with this kind of vibe. So a sort of abstract farmhouse. So that's it for today, folks. I'm going to let you go. You all have a great day, and I will see you back here on Wednesday. I got some ornaments we're going to be making. Cheers now. Bye now. Love you all.